about anything here?
No.
Because look, there's 10 things you can look up. You can look these things up and educate yourself. And you can question what you've been taught.
That's okay.
Yep. See all these world organizations? They use a flat Earth map. But they leave off Antarctica, which goes around the outside edge. Now, why would they do that? Government's lying to us. Don't believe the lies. Don't let them change your mind. Boom, 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 boom. Hi. Interested in science at all?
The little one is, but...
Yeah? Did you get him is she coming over? He or she coming over?
He found a free box over there, so...
Oh, yeah, that's always an attractive thing. Well, I'll talk to him a little bit about these things if that's okay with you.
Bobby! Right there.
Hey, Bobby, come over here, bud. Here's a bunch of science things, and I can tell you about them, and then you can study them yourself and look them up and decide for yourself what's true. See, this is about our Earth. I'll tell you a couple of things. Reflections on a flat surface, you get a line. That's the sunset. That's reality. So that means this water's flat. You get little waves in it, but overall it's a flat surface. Okay? If it was a curved surface, like they say the globe is a curved surface, then you just get like a little dot. You wouldn't get the line coming to you. That's only on a flat surface. Okay? This is what they call perspective. Now you know railroad tracks, right? Do railroad tracks ever meet? Do they ever come together? She's giving you a hint. No. Right? In order for a train to go on the railroad tracks, they have to stay apart, right? Yeah. So how come they look like they meet? See that? They look like they come together, don't they? You know what that's called? Perspective. When you see things at a distance, they all seem to come together. And that point where they come together, it's called the vanishing point. You can't see past that point. Okay? So, when you see, like, the ocean, and you see ships going over the curve, you know what that really is? It's not going over the curve. It's really just vanishing into the vanishing line of the horizon. That's what that is. So when you go down the seashore, oh, look, that ship went over the curve. No, it didn't. It's in the vanishing line of the horizon.
I actually saw that before, and I know, like, there's like lava surrounding all of them, like there's like gold in the middle.
Lava? Is that what you said? Lava in the middle? Okay. Well, you know what? I don't think that there is a globe. I don't think that there's a lava middle either. I don't think that. See, I think the North Pole's up here and Australia's here, and there's no way that my compass can point to the North Pole without going through it, and that can't happen. So I'm thinking they're not telling me the truth. So I'm thinking it's more like this, that it's flat, Australia is here, North Pole's here, and it can point to that directly without anything in between. Because magnetics works like that. See, that's how we look at it. This is what we really live in, the torus field. And this is the Earth is like my hand, and this electrical current comes up and around. And this is why we have the aurora borealis up here at North Pole. But that's a bit much for you to understand all that. What you got to do is just go watch these videos. Type that in and watch these videos. And look, you can have this card too because it has a map right there on it. Why don't you take that one too? I hope you enjoy it. Do you have any questions, you think? No, well, you think about this, you study it, and you'll be smarter for just studying it. How's that? Good boy. Good thing to be interested in science. That's a good thing. Yeah. Where's your mom? Oh, right there. I figured out what I have. I have a diaper bag. That's what I'm using for because I put so much junk in it. Yeah, and it has all those little compartments.
Yeah.
You interested in science?
A little bit.
Well, wait a minute. Now wait. There's 10 things on here you can look at, and you can raise this question to yourself. Is this true? See? And look, NASA is lying to us about everything. Take a look at it. I don't think I was ever that thin. I came out big. I don't know. Interested in science at all? Did you ever hear about the flat Earth in school, like the kids talking about it and stuff? Hi, did you ever hear about the flat Earth?
No.
No? You want to look into it? You watch videos? How about your husband or your kids or whatever? Yeah, we actually live on a flat plane. And I can prove it. You want to see me on a website? You go to that website on there.
I didn't look at it. I was looking at the 200 proof.
Yeah, that video is on there on the website. But my picture's on there. You look under the activists, and you'll see all of us up there. It's probably 30 of us, but there's more. Hi, you interested in science at all?
No.
No?
No.
You interested if the Earth is a spinning ball or if it's a flat surface?
No.
Yeah, okay. So these are the times when you just have to sit down, rest a little bit, and you can fast forward. You can fast forward through and wait till somebody else comes along.
Michelle, did you see this? Real quick.
Hi there. Interested in science at all, or the shape of the Earth? You ever hear about this?
What is it?
The flat Earth.
Yeah,
And there's scientific evidence, and I have it all right here.
that the earth is flat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, look, all these world organizations use the flat Earth map, but they leave off Antarctica, which goes around the outside edge. That's what they don't want you to know. If you really think about it, a lot of this makes sense. We can see too far. If there's really a curve, then it should be curving. There should be a formula, right? So here's a formula, 8 inches times a mile squared. So after 10 miles, we should have 66 feet. That's a 6-story building. But when I go to Wildwood, I can see Atlantic City, 32.6 miles away. And I took a video of that. It's on my channel on YouTube. But look, this should be hidden under 1,700 feet of curvature.
So
And it's not.
You're saying you should see a curve.
This should be hidden because of the curve, and it's not. And it's not a mirage, because we have a guy went in a speedboat, went all the way across with the camera, and nothing changed. See, so we are proving all these things. And here's a line of.
But don't you take like a shape of the land and do account for that?
73% of the Earth is water. So how do you take that other 27% and make it curve into this? You can't. You can't. So you have to go on what you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got waves, and then we got mountains and valleys, but overall, it's a flat surface. And it ends here at Antarctica, which holds in all the water. It doesn't go spilling over the edge. So they're lying to us in the schools because govern means control. Ment is mind. Control the mind. That's how they control us. If they can fool us, they can rule us.
So it's political.
It's control. It's power. It's that's why you have trillionaires.
Yeah.
You know, where would they absolutely? How could anybody work that much to get $1 trillion? You can't.
Yeah.
They steal it. See, there's free electricity up there because we live in a torus field, actually, and our Earth is about like here somewhere. And this is free electricity. And the sun and the moon, sun is a anode filament, like a light bulb. So it just flows right through there and lights it up. See? And then it goes around the Earth. And we can't see it all day long because it goes into the vanishing point. Light does not travel that far. So we got to challenge the speed of light. And light cannot come through the atmosphere. See? So that's why they can fool us. They can tell us, oh, the ship goes over the curve. Oh, really? No, it goes into the vanishing line. Here, these tracks continue, don't they? And they never come together. But they look like they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because that's the vanishing point. Same thing with the horizon. That's a vanishing line. Ships just go into it, and we can't see it. But I took a P1000 camera down to Wildwood, and I could see Atlantic City, and we zoomed right in on it.
Yeah.
So it's there, and it should be hidden, and it's not.
Interesting theory.
Yeah, well, the theory is gravity.
I don't know enough about it. challenge it.
Yeah.
But interesting.
Well, look into it.
Uh-huh.
The 3 of my favorite videos are here at this, the website +4/begin. You'll get 3 videos.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, take that literature and look into it
Thank you.
and challenge your mind. Thanks. Have a good day. That went very well. Got to change these. Got to say Earth is flat. I can talk to all the guys.
I'm looking for stuff that would look good that would be good for kids.
This will give you something to think about, and you guys can talk about it. Yep. Anybody into science? Science. Yeah. I can teach you something. It'll make you smarter instantly. Interested in science? Yeah, we actually live on a flat surface and not a spinning ball. And I can prove it to you right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay? So here, do you want to take that along? This is the flat Earth map. That's the best one we got. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes around the outside edge. All these world organizations use the flat Earth map, but they leave off Antarctica because they don't want you to know it goes around the outside edge. This is Chicago, 60 miles across Lake Michigan. We should not see that if there is a curve. There's no curve, okay? And we can prove the guy went into a boat and went all the way across it. It was not a mirage. Okay, this is a flat surface, and that you reflects in a line. You can see how it goes right on the table. That's a flat surface reflection. If it's curved, you only get a little dot. So this is reality. Reality is the flat surface reflection. Okay, so here we got railroad tracks. Do those tracks ever come to a point? No.
Look like they do.
Well, they look like they do, but you know, a train going on them has to stay apart or it would crash. Right, so this is proof that there's a vanishing point. Our eyes see things like that in the distance. It comes to a point. But without the railroad tracks on the sides, you get a vanishing line. That's the horizon.
What do people have to win over if they say that it's round when it's not, when it's flat?
Well, see, this is a random event. Big Bang. So no creator necessary. I don't know who the creator is, but this is definitely a created thing.
Why wouldn't the creator make it round?
He didn't.
But I'm saying, what do you have to gain by saying that it's round when it really is flat?
Well, government has to be the ultimate authority to control us.
But what do they have to gain by saying that it's round when it is flat?
Because they can get whatever they want if they're the ultimate authority. But if this is the ultimate...
No, but what do you have to... Like, if it truly is flat...
Everything.
Then why say it's round?
They want power. They want...
But how does
do you
that
get
give you power?
It does, because we don't know that there's a creator. If there's a creator, we can hold them accountable to the same stuff we are.
But why can't a creator make a round one? I mean,
Now you're asking three different questions.
So
you
you're
realize
saying
that?
there is a creator.
Yeah, somebody, something.
Okay, so I believe in that.
Okay.
I believe that it's round because if it were flat, I don't see the advantage of saying it's round when it's flat. What's the advantage? What
Why
do I
don't
have
you
to gain?
start? Why don't you start with evidence and decide from evidence?
But why disregard true evidence to say something's round when it's really flat?
If there's a murder scene, the detective goes in and he gathers the evidence first, and then he figures out, oh, was this a murder or suicide? He has to see the evidence first.
Right, but at one time everyone thought it was flat, and then collected
See, you're not
evidence to
going
say
on
it
the
was-
evidence.
But what's the evidence? I mean, I can understand little tiny pictures, and you say you look this far and it's not round, but if it's so big, it's going to look flat for a while. But my whole thing is the
Right, I agree
logical
with you.
side of it is,
I agree.
If it is flat, why say it's round? What do you have to gain?
Power and control.
How?
If they can fool us, they can rule us. They can tell us that we have interests in the Middle East. They ship up all our good, healthy young men to die. There's a lot of things they can do if we believe everything they tell us.
I
Do you understand that?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I still don't understand what you have to gain by this world.
How long would you have to work to get $1 trillion and have power and control?
A very long time.
Okay, well, you can't do it. It's impossible. You have to steal it. They are stealing things from us. Here's another thing. We actually live in a torus field. Here's the Earth. And this is electromagnetic energy. And it's free-flowing electricity up there. So they lie to us and say, we have to manufacture electricity. Then they charge us for it. Now,
Yeah, well,
they
that
don't
I don't like.
they don't need the money. So why are they doing that? It's so we have less. That's why.
Okay.
Don't believe the lies. Don't let them take your mind. Boom, 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 boom. You're in my head, Flat Earth Man. But it's not personal. Did you get that? You're in my head, Flat Earth Man, but it's not personal. Hi there. Did you ever interested in any science? Did you know that the Earth is a flat surface and not a spinning ball? Do you have kids, grandkids? Mm-hmm. Would you look at this and then think about it? Okay. How's that? Is this guy with you? Oh, well then let me talk to him. You have to take this now. She gave this for you. I'm teaching science, real science, okay? I teach perspective, vanishing points, all this stuff, reflections, and this will prove to you that we live on a flat surface and not a spinning ball. And the government's doing this so they have total control over us. Even though there's free-flowing electricity we should have, they lie, tell us that they have to manufacture us, and then they charge us for the electricity. See? There's a lot of things that we found out that they're lying to us about. Oh, they have an interest in the Middle East? Really? So they ship up all our healthy, good boys and get them killed. Right? So why are we teaching this? Because truth will set us free from all that crap they're doing to us. That's why.
Take over.
No, if you just look into that, think about it. There's some videos you can watch on that website. Don't believe the lies. Don't let them take your mind. Do you have kids or grandkids at home?
Babies, yeah.
Babies? Oh,
Babies.
you got to know this stuff because they are lying. Don't get them vaccinated, please.
Oh.
We are looking into that, so it's horrible what they're doing.
I'm a nurse.
Oh.
I get them vaccinated.
Yeah, well, you know, the flu vaccine, did you ever look into the vaccines?
Yeah.
What's in them, the
Yeah.
adjuvants?
It saves a lot of people too, so
that
I
what
believe
you
in
think?
vaccinations. I do.
Thank you.
Madame Curie was someone's imagination. She was made up. See, you don't know what to tell people, and then you tell them the wrong thing, and boom. I'm a nurse. Oh, really? You're a nurse. And you don't know this? You dumb shit. Oop. Shouldn't say that, I guess. Hi there. Into science? Did I talk to you yet? Okay. I've been talking to a lot of guys today. They all like the science, yeah. Their wives are out buying stuff and they're talking about science here. So yeah, this is the flat Earth model. And this is the best map we have. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes around the outside edge. And it looks like this. So it holds in all the oceans. And look, all these world organizations use the flat Earth map. But they leave off Antarctica. Now why would they do that? Because they don't want you to know it goes around the outside edge. See, then you'd say, oh, well, nothing's fallen off then, is it? So here we got Lake Michigan. That's Chicago right there. See it? Across 60 miles. It should be hidden. It should be hidden, and it's not. So we got a formula for that. 8 inches times a mile squared. That'll give you the curve of the ball, which doesn't exist. So after 10 miles, it's like 66 feet. That's a 6-story building. Horizon is always at your eye level. So it's not a real, like it's just how your eyes work, okay? So you never look down at the horizon. Even if you're on Mount Everest, you never look down. It's always up here.
Yes.
See, even in a plane or whatever, 37,000 feet, it's always at your eye level. So it's not curving down. So what do we have? We have railroad tracks. Do they ever really touch? No, but they look like they do because they go to a vanishing point. That's perspective.
Yes.
Okay, when you have a horizon, that's called a vanishing line because there's no two other planes coming together. So when you see a ship go over the curve, what you're really seeing is it's going into the vanishing line. It's not going over a curve.
Right.
So what else do we got? Here we have reflection on a flat surface is a line. That's reality. But if it's a curved surface, you only get a little dot from a single light source, like the sun. Okay? So that proves all the oceans are flat, and they're flat with each other because we have the physics of water, which says it seeks its own level. Okay? So all the oceans are flat. How can that be? When there's 73% of the world is ocean, how can that be? 27% of land is never going to curve it like this. So I'm giving you a lot of facts, and I can see you're thinking. So here's the other thing. Polaris is right in the center there. And you do a time-lapse photography, you get something called star trails.
Right.
But this is what they teach in the schools. That the Milky Way's moving, the sun is in the Milky Way, all the planets are orbiting around the sun, and they're kind of playing catch-up. So when you have something like that, would you ever get that? Not in your life. So, what else do we got? This is NASA. Which one's true? They're putting out the same diameter saying that's the Earth. Well, this is different sizes. When they're in the ISS, the Space Center, they're either in the Vomit Comet, which is the hyperbaric or parabolic plane or whatever, and then if they're outside doing a spacewalk, they're in that pool, this desalinated pool. So we're getting videos with bubbles in space. And we can't believe that they're actually putting out stuff like that. Bubbles coming up the helmet of the astronaut. And you can see the wires and harnesses when they're in the ISS. It's just ridiculous. And they're mocking us. They're getting $52 million a day and mocking us. So why are they doing all this? Well, government means govern means control. Ment is the mind. Control the mind. So if they can fool us, they can rule us. They can tell us anything and we'll believe it and go do it. Oh, we have interest in the Middle East. Oh, that's Saddam. Oh, that Gaddafi. He's a bad guy. Really? Gaddafi was a good guy. He had the man-made river over there in Libya. Well, we went over there and bombed it. Now destroyed it. Now the people are suffering again. So what's going on? Well, these people, these parasites, that's what they're good for, aren't they? All right, you got it, you won. So what are we doing now? I mean, these parasites which control all the governments because, and I'll prove you, in Antarctica in 1959 there was an Antarctic treaty. 53 countries signed on to that, and they're all the big guys. So when we got 53 countries, they're all doing the same thing. They're all in cahoots, pretending to be enemies. Hillary's out there saying, oh, we got to be afraid of Russia. Why? Why? They're doing the same thing that we're doing. That we're all in cahoots together, all these governments, and the people suffer. So, why are they lying to us? Oh, I think they got a lot of reasons to lie to us. Like trillions and trillions of reasons to lie to us. All these books are censored in the schools. Over the years, the doctors and scientists have written books, and they're censored in the schools. Our schools are not teaching truth. They are not teaching critical thinking. They don't want you to compare anything. They want you to learn this and spit it back to them, and that's your reality. And that's wrong. So, did I give you one of these yet?
No.
This has 10 things you can look at. And this, if you type this in, it'll give you everything that's on the banners. There's 3 videos in there. 3 of my favorite. One's a time lapse of the sun, and you can see it gets smaller. It's awesome. It just gives you the chills. So check this stuff out.
So what are your thoughts on like the Brandenburgs and stuff like that?
Brandenburg?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
The elitist groups that kind of run.
Oh, Bilderbergs.
Bilderberg.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're all pedophiles. You know why that is? They have inbred, and they've lost part of their humanity. So they don't have like empathy and, the things that make us human, they don't have that. So all they care about is power, control, and all that stuff. That's all they care about. They can't comprehend what it is to feel for somebody else. So that's why. And those parasites, and I call them parasites because they're just sucking the life out of us. We have free-flowing electricity up there. We actually live inside a torus field. This is the Earth. So the torus field comes around, it goes free-flowing electricity, gives us the aurora borealis. This is the North Pole. And it goes through the filament of the sun and the filament of the moon, anode, cathode. And this is our reality, and this free-flowing electricity, we could just tap into it.
Yeah, and Tesla knew that, and he
knew that.
Designed all that, and that all disappeared when he died because...
Well, we're looking into it again. There's something called mud floods, and we're researching that on YouTube, and the mud floods are looking at these old buildings, like the cathedrals that have these spires, and we're finding out that they're really energy collectors. And the shapes are capacitors. Yes, even in India and all over the world, we've got these same structures, and they knew about it. So guess what? Evolution is a lie, because we really came from an advanced civilization, and we're being dumbed down.
I don't disagree with a lot of what you're saying. I don't know if I believe in the flat Earth necessarily, but the rest of what you're saying...
I can see that you're educated and intelligent about these things and aware, so just look into this.
Conspiracy theorist, but yeah, okay. Like you said about Gaddafi, he was fine until all of a sudden he decided he wanted to leave
he
the
was
gold
good
standard.
to his
He wanted to go back
people.
to a gold standard, and suddenly you got to get rid of him. You can't have somebody preaching
Well,
gold
you know the
standard.
Federal Reserve Bank is not in our government.
Yes.
It's a private organization.
Yep.
Hey, I'm Marilyn.
Glenn,
nice to meet you. It's good to find somebody who's like half awake.
Like I said, I have people that say,
No,
conspiracy theory.
No,
I'm
you
not.
are right on. You are right on. right on. And
And I was like, I care less what people think about it. So it's like, yeah, okay.
no, just keep telling them.
I do.
Keep telling the truth out there. And I have meetings. Our Flat Earth group has meetings in Quakertown, and I have like 5 different spots. I try to get meetings going, and we go out. And that's the first time I've been in Boyertown. Although I have a relative up here, I'm not telling who it is. So, so yeah, you're right on. So stick with it.
All right.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Really good. Yeah, they're different. I'm surprised they have them. Yeah, there's so much.
Look at these girls organizing stuff. Oh, good. You are so good.
They're good helpers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. They're cute. Yeah.
What do those all say? Different stuff?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one's
they
like
do.
baby shower.
Oh.
60th birthday, over the hill, all kinds of names.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
See if you've had like a container for each one.
Yeah, we're just volunteers
Yeah,
trying to
they're
find
all
stuff.
sorted. It's fun to
But
dig
my
through.
daughters are the same way. Whenever they see a mess, they like to straighten it. Except for their own room. They can't do that.
It's a bowl.
Hi, did you ever hear of the Flat Earth before? Yes, well, there's 10 things on this page. Do you like science?
I do.
Oh, awesome. So there's 10 things here you can question, and you can go to this website right down here, and look at this. If you type this in, you'll get all of the information on my banners. There's 3 videos on there.
Okay.
So check that out. And
Thank
just
you.
studying it is going to make you smarter, because you can compare, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And the pink ones are kind of just all cat. Yeah, all over. Yeah, spread out everywhere. Birthday store. Oh, Barney wants Barney punches.
Hi there.
Research flat Earth.
Yeah. Do you like science?
I do.
All right. You're the guy.
The Earth is flat.
Yes, sir. And I can give you some information, and you can decide for yourself. How's that?
Okay.
So
Well,
here's,
I can see the Earth is flat.
you can see it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well then, have you looked into this at all? Have you studied it?
No, I can see the Earth is flat.
It is. So this is the flat Earth map. It's the best one we've got. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes around the outside edge.
You ever been to Antarctica?
No.
I have.
Really? So does it kind of look like this, the high walls on the edges?
I was only at the Palmer Peninsula.
Okay, so that they dug away there and made it so you can just come right in.
Yeah.
But see, this is Chicago across Lake Michigan, 60 miles. That should be hidden under 1,700 feet of curvature. If it's really curved, it should be hidden, right? But no. And we have a curvature formula, 8 inches times a mile squared. And that should be hidden, but it's not. And we can prove we went across there with a camera and it never disappeared. So here we got reflections on a flat surface. Okay, you get the line. But if it's a curved surface, you only get a spot. See, when you have a curved, shiny surface. So this is reality, is the line. Even though there's waves and whatnot,
How thick is the Earth?
we don't know that. And I only teach what I know. Okay, so there's things I can't answer. But here we have star trails. Look, Polaris in the center. On time lapse, you get star trails. But what do they teach us in the school? They teach us this, that the Milky Way's moving, the sun's moving, all the planets are moving, trying to catch up, you know, that kind of thing. But you would never get that if you had this over thousands of years, for sure. So, no, that's not true. This is NASA. They give us this on their website. See? What's his right? There's the United States. Now, here in the International Space Station, what do you got? That's what they do. They pretend they're weightless. And they have harnesses and wires.
String.
Yeah, harnesses and wires. And then on the outside, they're in this pool. and we see bubbles in space, like air bubbles going up their helmet. That can't happen when they're out in space. So they're lying to us about everything here. And all these books they censor, they don't want the kids thinking. So I got some information. Do you get on the internet? Can you go on the...
They don't give me papers because they just lay around.
Okay, well, if you go on this, you'll get everything here on the banners, if you type that in.
Well, thank you for informing me.
Yeah, here, we have a little card, if you want to take a little card.
It'll just lay around.
All right. Well, it's flat. I'm glad you know that.
Okay. Yeah, the roof is flat.
Yeah. They call us crazy, but we're not. We know what's going on.
Why don't we measure how thick it is?
How
Why
thick?
don't we measure how thick
Well,
it is?
the deepest hole we ever dug was, what, 8 miles, 7 point
Russians
something?
did it. The Russians made a hole, but it didn't go that far.
That's the farthest they could have gone. So
Yeah, then they had
I don't know what
problems.
happened there, why
They
they
had
don't.
problems with once they got
Yeah,
8 miles is a pretty long drill bit.
Yeah,
And then it was heating up and so.
yeah. So why would they? I don't know. Maybe they were trying to see if it would get hit lava, but they didn't.
No,
Because
I think
there's
it
no-
overheated or something.
There's no ball. There's no ball.
No, but- all right, well, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I went through a bunch of those. They have like weird names, but they don't have stuff like.
Interested in science? No problem. What time is it? Almost 10. 3 hours. Halfway. This was $15, so that's 50 cents an hour. No, $2.50 an hour. Wait. Yeah, $2.50. 6 into 15 is $2.50 an hour. That's not bad. It's worth it. $2.50 an hour to tell people. If I hit one person, would I spend $1 on somebody? If I hit 2.5 people an hour, yeah, I think I've talked to 15 people who will look into this. So that's worth it. $1. Would I spend $1 on my fellow man? Yep, I would. What do you think?
I like them.
Yeah, they look good.
I got big socks on though, so I was like thinking, okay.
Yeah, no, they're good.
Yeah, they fit. They don't hurt.
Whose is this stand right here? Yours?
Up there.
Oh, you're okay. What are they? There's
Hi there.
Can you believe it's flat?
Absolutely, I know it is. You want me to answer some of your questions?
Huh?
Oh, let me answer your questions.
No, because
Water's always flat. Look,
yeah, but I know.
water's always flat. There's your reality. That's reality right there.
Okay. If it's flat, then where's the volcano? Where's the action? Where's the burning coming
That's a
from?
lie.
Huh?
That's a lie. There is no ball. There is no gravity in the inside. Things fall, but it's not gravity that's making them fall. See, there is no spinning ball.
Yeah.
See, how would a compass work? There's North Pole, here's Australia. Would it go through the center of the Earth?
Because
No. Would it go
Well-
around? No.
you change it.
It's like this. This is the map. North Pole in the center, Antarctica's around the outside. Look, all these world organizations know it, but they leave off Antarctica. They don't want you to know that.
No, you hear all this space stuff. They're out there and you see a picture around.
Space is fake. They make those up on a computer, and we can prove that. Even that first one they took was out of a porthole. They made it up. It's a lie.